Все, let's go.
Then a prime is any number in the set N2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set N2. A simple definition. Elegant, even uplifting, almost ascendant, you could say, but not redundant.
Я вышел отсюда.
Side note, I am frequently asked why isn't one a prime number since nothing can divide it other than itself. And the answer is simple, you silly lay person. Because with such an inclusion to the definition of a prime number, then nothing else would be a prime number. And then what good are prime numbers? Wait, you ask, what good are prime numbers? Why would we want to find and use prime numbers? There are all kinds of abstract number theory applications, and that should and would be sufficient reason to want them. But there are also, how should I say, practical applications. Such as
give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
In fact, our archive uses prime for that reason and more. The archive incorporates prime storage and retrieval on an ultra-sophisticated data. Using prime numbers in the process of checking its memory stores for corruption, lest its calculations be tainted by such. But if you start to become a numismatic researcher, there are several open questions in the area of prime number study. One such question is this: is every even member of the set N2 besides 2 a sum of 2 primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next senior tenured laureate of the tertiary adjunct school of numismatics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good dispositions to you all, and good day.
This melodious little group was dedicated to novice Gertrude Howell. Your alumnus and leaders taking great interest in your figure work and projections.
This popular number has been exclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Ладно, окей. Так, что мне по квестам? Ну, понятное дело, вышки. Здесь сигнал продолжается тупить. Уже прочитал, что мне нужно внести какой-то лагерь.
Commander.
Хренало урон, вы чё? Какой-то крутой чехол.
I'm the one you need to worry about.
Почему-то было это все. Подожди, кстати, я через тебя же.
When I first come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, I'm glad to hear it. It was just me and Val for so long. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. Don't worry. I'm not planning on jumping in front of any... Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And sure.
Ремонт. Да, могу. 18 какие-то цели на силу рублишь.
It was impossible to decrease. Caught in a catalyst, leading to combustion. Stuck in entropy, from chaos to decomposition of this fatal attraction. This fatal attraction. This fatal
Нифига себе. 19-шка. Ну это куда лучше. Да, это можно взять. Это будет даже пополезнее. Центр рекомбинации мембран. Тут, кстати, что? Задание ничего не висит, что-то. Я тут, судя по всему, подожди, был. Или это то самое место. Ну да, это то самое место 4. Так. Туды. Сделано. Вниз только локи осталось. Сходить куда-нибудь сюда, я не знаю. Радки.
Let me know when you needed us.
Чё, он пустышь? Блин, дорогой, хоть прям удар мощный. Сколько у него урон? 33 на 8. Подожди, у меня же там после чего-то уменьшается урон. Способность. Дополнительно, подожди, а где изъяны мои? Вот как. Ну, урон только с напарниками. Ладно, окей.
Sharp enough. Hostile nearby.
Блин, надо апгрейды будут поставить на этот дробаш какие-нибудь. По-любому что-то есть. Это что? А, ну оптика только. Не, ладно, с оптикой только хрень. Оптика наверху. Коллиматор разве что какой-нибудь.
Near death's not a good look.
Ой. Ой. Так. Или его просто так тут чередня?
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and conservative. Others are not.
You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter, over.
One, all on the wrist.
Идешь по плану. Блин. Ой, еще и роботов сыграли, да? А, на улице. А, нет, надо выдвигаться. Ну ладно. Ну, свою. Да, блин, ну почему-то как будто с задержкой какой-то.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Хрена никакого прохода. Тупик. Бесполезный тупик.
Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever. Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work?
Обычно ломат. Кстати. Что с радио? Забаговал радио, судя по всему.
Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only
Здесь не было еще. Вот это, судя по всему, это и есть те самые штуки или чё? Ну да, похоже. Мне еще 3 надо. Получается. Это, скорее всего, 1, 2. Ну, думаю, 3. Блин, ну ладно, спущусь. Я хрен чё бы и не глянуть. Чё бы и не глянуть.
distracted. Daydream
Блин, я не пользуюсь пистолетами и ППшками. Тут мне очень нравится.
And now, the latest last word on superior protectorate products. Nothing
Да,
reins
урона за
in
выстрел.
restless thoughts like a healthy attachment to an addictive substance.
Блин, ну это,
Make
кстати,
yours the
неплохо.
routine inhalament of Security Gotham cigarettes. Their smooth draw and sedating aftertaste sends impure thoughts up in smoke. Security Gotham cigarettes, because smoking is not thought-provoking. Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of protectorate society.
Блин, ну-ка, давай-ка сначала. Блин, или докачать скрытие, может? Фиг с ним, да. Сначала докачаю это, как хотел, чтобы что любой замок взломать.
Refreshed. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment.
Realign the paradigm. To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts. All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail, and a quick dip into the lake of particularity. To braid your imperfections. I'm head refresher Ghoul, and I guarantee when you exit our doors, you'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
That was a nice tap on the old brain pan.
Получена способность, что за способность? Крышечку попытать пальцем.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be.
Что? Это же такая... А, это больничка.
This is
Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation.
Subjects.
Welcome to the You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're...
Right. That's why we're here. Got some thoughts we need.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment. Why, of course. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal. Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene. Right as rain, neighbor. Right as rain. And soon you'll be just like me. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left.
You might wind up as starting hacker for the Protectors of Piety. The best team in the system.
I believe you meant to say the matriarch marvels.
And you might wind up as starting hacker for the matriarch.
Ah, you've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
The penalty bucket.
Now on to other matters. Next up, music to invigorate your mind so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace with a true adherence zeal.
Every day I am here. All myself in his name. I know this to be true. He cares for you. Someone deserves all your love. Every day he's uplifting, keeping us safe and carefree. I know this is the case. Give him your grace. Someone deserves all your love.
Что сделаешь?
You got eyes on some dope. He loves you. Love him the least you must do.
Так, ладно, пойдем по плану сначала.
I want for nothing.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to... Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimen. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the sovereign. As a loyal protectorate subject. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
No shame in that, Subaltern Prescott. All subjects pine to pay their respects to the matriarch. Her tomb is a trove of inspiring exhibits and artifacts of her...
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has the degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrant, unacceptable? A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfied. The appropriate reply was, they never question. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subjective value 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful protectorate subject is 0. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Чего? Куда мне?
Can't stop picturing Zeb going through this exact process.
All happy and contented, and others are not.
Dictates we repel invasive elements.
Не изменить сериал или как стать?
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Massive Waters Planetarium here on Crater is
Their team plays the worst anyone has ever played. Our first back is perfect. Our pitch ball is well conveyed.
Greetings, new person. You have a look at please. I have answers to questions and no questions to answer.
our enemies envy
The
our
kitchen
prosperity.
pantry is
Distilling
presently
our sense of
off
community.
due to anomalous structural tampering.
Each a vital cog. Each.
It is the duty of every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Вообще есть куда задание на эту луку?
A new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended that by now. I was once a victim of imperfect thoughts. Oh, I had so many questions. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery. But worry not. Soon enough, with our help, questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, as every loyal and dutiful Protectorate subject knows. You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. The medicament dispensement automech auto-mechanically dispenses medicaments. I see you found the lecture as edifying as Head Refresher Gold provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You must mean the lathe of particularity. One assumes you haven't had a session with Head Refresh. You'll feel
They're just handing out keys to anyone around here, aren't they?
It's just like Zeb said. Mental refreshment really takes the meddling right out of folks. Makes them docile.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal. Noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self. I am responsible for providing each subject with their medicament dispensement. Has concluded for the day. Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage. The office in which this unit presently farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt of...
Send them in. They will always sending sentinels for song. Tries its best to invade us. It blends the streets. A paradigm preserved when they fight and die.
Enemy spotted.
Some poor-dreamed soul. Back to it.
Whether inside or out.
Huh?
Ready to take the heat off.
Так кто?
Skills. Delegate operation to automechs after imbibing.
Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
И это что? Это куда ведет? Так, не понял, куда ведет.
cherish all we have and defend it.
Где там была эта медицинская хрень? Здесь вроде. Да. А, мне, кстати, пока лифт осталось. Подожди, а где? Я еще сюда войти попасть могу? Да, могу.
Subject to the most exalted vigilant. We must all fulfill our duty to the protector.
Efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why
Reserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sovereign. Good thing, walk on over there, huh?
This might sting. Hold on! This might
Got a distraction for you. Don't mind me.
Yep.
Now let's admire these commendable comestibles. Ceaseless service, stomach, appetite. Sustain that zeal with the perfectly perfunctory meal. Moderation mini rolls. Modestly flavorful yet free of additive toxins. There's a wholesome banquet in every bite. Moderation mini rolls. Filling and duty fulfilling. Such perfect products. The envy of our rivals. But let's not gloat, as Eden offers a plenitude of natural resources. Our station presents a profusion of pleasing melodies, like this one.
Gather around the receiver with your neighbors. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinating complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch, working with and through the console, devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem. like those nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within
Do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly... I thought no one was... I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. You're not a...
And you, my friend, are mildly intoxicated and
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. My. Can't believe I'm falling for that. As it may be... Oh, dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my... To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning a proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideal, but if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's Choice or the Order or There's a Good Sport? So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed a clear example of a life to avoid? What say you about Auntie's Choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness? Invariably, they choose the fool's choice, to heedlessly err. What does this freedom grant them? Would they not be happier, healthier? If they're in the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of people are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this No, I haven't. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? Her opinion to me would be largely irrelevant. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately... Guards, we have an intruder!
I will restore my life to my death.
Who needs to die?
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting. Per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
Fully guided by the paradigm, Praetor is home to our glorious heavy industries, producing essential materials, leaving Eden unspoiled by industrial waste.
Naturally, our adversaries...
Check enemy like just turned.
Managed only a paltry presence on Praetor, certainly no threat to us. While the self-indulgers in Auntie's Choice have the gall to believe they've established a beachhead, they live and breathe.
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now.
Those facilities were decommissioned, no longer of use to us.
You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities. Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry L. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today. We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, since then he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself. Well, after his first session, the Sovereign was notably absurd nonsense about how the Consul had... That all stopped after his next dip into the lathe, thank law. He's remained preposterous. The Consul and all... No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm, or knowingly allow harm to befall. To even think such a thought is... This stately form before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have... I will stay true to him. And the Protectorate, to the end. We all will. The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every... Just go. Please, just leave us. Just leave. Go. Please, just leave us. Just leave.
And recorded under the explicit direction of the Consul, and as such reflects his excessively high standards.
Справа, враг.
Unfriendly company. They're mine. It's a fight.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Thought you agents were durable. Catch yourself up.
You think too much.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Protectorate endures.
Ладно, понял, мне должен быть квест. Собрать вот эти всякие данные. Что я уже насобирал. Здесь абсолютно ничего нет. Хрен с ним. Хочу выйти через ту дыру. Смотри, за меня выйдет. Бред какой-то. Это какой-то бред. Блин, где это было-то, кстати? На этом этаже вообще,
Sanctioned Wireless presents I, Red Cloak, the reassuring adventures of a mysterious sentinel who waits ready to Her sentinel senses ever keen, the eyes of the console, watching you, your neighbors.
How is this even possible? Be represented.
Step with the paradigm. Episode 1. Unwholesome food for thought.
Don't let the unhealthful foodstuffs of this eating establishment distract you, fellow Sentinel Dunning. We're deep in Auntie's territory for a reason. To find the Order's spy.
Understood, Sentinel Redcloak. The turncoat is supposed to meet their corporate contact here. Rest assured, my eyes are attentive, even as my stomach revolts. How these wage slaves survive on this artificial swill is beyond.
Can I get you robust individuals another trough of Auntie Cleo and Pal's boar stores? Perhaps an additional flavor packet of emulsified meat shakes?
Thank you. No, food vendor. Just the meal bill, if you please.
The food tally comes to 77 bits.
Very well. My companion here will pay.
Plus an additional 25% for utensil rental and byproduct disposal surcharges.
Merciful law. 25%?
What a surprise. I must feed my addiction to needless wares and tawdry luxuries like everyone else in my materialistic society.
These void damn drones beg for compensation at every turn, Redcloak. I despise them.
No, Dunning. Pity them. While we have the console to see to our every want, these big grubbers must seek angles and scams, burdening others to eke out their empty existence.
How I miss homes and abundance.
We'll be home. Just need surcharge. Let's just say it all added up.
Hands where I can see them, Red Cloak.
I knew there was something suspect about you, food vendor. So you're the spy's corporate contact.
The tales of your astuteness ring true, Red Cloak. Troopers, the trap is sprung. We have Red Cloak.
Console, in his infinite wisdom,
Yes, of course you will. Those who express doubt regarding the ability of a true and upright protectorate sentinel should seek mental refreshment at once. Our
granted by the grace of the console.
Очень полезное отключение турелей изнутри. Эй, нифига, не залезу никак. Ага. Я понял, сначала этот. Так, раз на эту сторону все равно не перейдем. Ну как я лучше стать сюда? Что заглянуть? Потом я здесь, в принципе, пойду дальше. Может сюда пойду, ну да. Блин, как мне метку-то теперь брать отсюда?
I'll take care of it, Commander.
Corrosive substance. Disruptor off.
Another song in an expertly curated playlist picked out explicitly for you. The Consoles. Chosen.
Тебе заняться ничего не скажу. Чисто ты долго пошла фигать. Рад тебя
Today, my favorite commander. Just stopping by to chat, or?
Понятно. Опять очередной баг. Нихрена сегодня тут было добра. Чё вроде решил устроить? Ну подожди, это шперку этого нормаша, да? В присяде. А, нет, это в шапке у меня может сразу покров. Кого здесь лё?
cowards won't even find a safe to eat.
Programming played at a reasonable volume. You're listening to Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and content, and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Stand by for further reassuring content.
Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. It's your due, because our way is superior to others.
Волос. Так, теперь я иду сюда. Ну, короче, в это направление. Тогда по-другому. Так, я, кстати, могу даже... Нифига, вот сюда вот поставлю. И так как у меня здесь нет активного задания, правильно? Можно вот это выбрать. Да, нормально. Я как раз здесь пройду, здесь гляну, чё. Чё за лаги? Такие сильные.
Impressive for a lightning rod. Keeps us from being
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access. Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through.
Her sentinel partner Dunham as a turncoat, only to become ensnared deep in enemy territory. Now she's been whisked to Auntie's Choice headquarters, with only her keen sentinel wits to save her. Thrill to her unflagging zeal in Episode 2, The Customer is Always Dead. Welcome to Auntie's Choice head office, Red Cloak. I trust you are duly impressed. What? I said, welcome to Auntie's Choice head office, Red Cloak. Speak up! Mute the corporate anthem, please!
How do you base individuals promote a sense of community when you can't monitor what each other is saying at all times?
You'll learn to appreciate our society and its obsession with cheaply produced wares soon enough, Red Cloak. Care for a package of Auntie's Choice Sprat Crisps while we wait?
Rather starve.
Why for you to abandon your precious community? To put your silly paradigm in your rear display and embrace a lifestyle of wanton consumerism.
Ha! We'll never an eternity, corporate fiend. I'll never turn my back on the console.
Our marketing experts predicted you would say that. Little managers, bring out the brand loyalizer.
What is that barbaric contraption?
Think of it as our answer to your mental refreshment. Only it's 110% more effective and 120% cheaper to operate. Also has 130% more crab witch scent. 1 minute in the brand loyalizer and you'll emerge new and improved. Bowing down to the almighty bit, a needy, greedy, consummate consumer in our target market.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
You were supposed to deliver both ways. The order unharmed. It was stipulated in our contract, paragraph 16, subsection J. We had a deal.
Has many moving parts and can be a bit imprecise.
Hey, what are you doing? No. No! Stop!
Engage the transducers. Loyalization settings at 110%. Right now, the loyalizer's impulse voiders are interposing Dunning's higher and lower cerebral motivationators, rearranging his upper story, hitting him with quite the sales pitch. Pretty snazzy, eh? Sure, the loyalizer's industrial design ain't up to snuff, but the unit is scalable. Home version comes out next quarter.
Look sharp. It's a fight. Look sharp. It's a fight.
No need. I'll enter your crude machine willingly and without trepidation. The eyes of my neighbors and our benevolent consul are upon me.
lending me strength.
We'll just see about that, Red Cloak. Go on, get in there. Remember to keep your arms and legs inside the loyalizer at all times. Engage the transducers. Loyalization settings at 210.
Recharge the mayhem!
So our hero faces her greatest challenge yet. Locked in a chamber of consumerist horrors. Will the loyalizer shake her faith in the paradigm? Of course not. Who would even entertain such a thought? A dramatic escape is afoot in the next episode of I, Red Cloak. Mandatory listening wireless entertainment.
I find myself asking, what would Red Cloak do? Dutifully transition to other content, of course. Here's one you're absolutely sure to enjoy. A Protectorate prescribed favorite.
Да вы еще и сквозь текстуры летаете. Это что, шутка что ли какая-то?
Three holes ahead. I'm the one you need to worry about. Point that thing.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you. Should you ever need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you.
Greetings, could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Oh, without even formally accepting the job? I'll upgrade your permissions to allow for purchases from our supply surplus as recompense. Thank you. We shall...
So the system can function precisely, without error, like clockwork. Our duty gives us purpose, but it's an immense responsibility. Luckily, it's a shared one. We all rely upon each other to discern if we're lagging, or our zeal seems lacking, or just appear off somehow. Even the slightest drop in performance in such an intricately designed system can have great ramifications down the line. So remember, to inform on your neighbor is a blessing. A quick mental tune-up is occasionally necessary for everyone, so we can all operate in tip-top shape. When they return from the mental refreshment center, they will surely thank us. This dictates by your neighbors carefully. Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Our station offers only the best in music for Protectorate subjects. Because our way is superior to others.
could feel my weary little mind start to wander. Things I shouldn't be thinking about, I wonder. That is when I knew I needed sort of correction, so I heeded words of my better. I could be better again with a quick method. I have seen my friends and my family.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined a schematic. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate...
А, то есть он не должен был.
Thank you. I am at my wit's end with that damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I'll wash my hands of it.
Please don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
Never made anybody happy that I believe. Blessing offered such an effortless reprieve. Since that day, my thoughts have never been the same. And fidelity are no longer strangers. The sadness that was once inside me has long since gone, and so I knew that I could be so much better again with the quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment. Quick mental refreshment.
You're listening to The Console's favorite music, non-stop, all day, all night. Now listen to this.
Давай взломчаток пропаем. Тоже полезно. Он же что там дает? Подожди, мне за... Что дальше? Черт, уж все, дали все. Набор всех лучших. Здесь даже метро на все стоит.
trying to control my answer's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of the Raptidon.
Ага, я вас понял, хорошо. Было важно, что... А, может, кстати, в этот лагерь не надо пронести. Да, судя по
And now, the latest word on superior protectorate products. Crabbles are large crustacean-like creatures that travel in herds and are native to Arcadia. Though usually docile, their massive size, enormous claws, and thick shells make them incredibly dangerous.
A difficult animal to approach, let alone try to eat.
At least in the past. For now, by the grace of the console, we bestow upon you perilous indulgence crabble cakes.
Our fearless team of culinary commandos employ Dragoon automechanicals to overcome the creatures, crack their dense carapace, then scoop out the soft, delicate goodness inside, so you don't have to.
It's higher in protein and lower in calories than beef, so a responsible way to stay healthy for the Protectorate. And now one no longer has to...
Keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
...to get it.
Perilous indulgence crabble cakes. Doing your duty for society has never been so delicious.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Next up, music to invigorate your mind.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're more than happy.
Да неужто торгуется?
Here at the end of it all, it was worth it. No hesitation, no indecision. Taking my final breath in the name of it. My sacrifice, the matriarch's vision. Embracing mortality, just my morality. Sure, the paradigm's planned without pause. It's an honor and a gift when I'd wish for all who live. It's a privilege to die for the cause.
Мне не мешает.
You know, I reckon half the corp on this little chompy. I hope he's getting enough to eat.
They will remember how I reported them tirelessly through to my last days and from the beginning. Knowing my heart, my brain, and consistency. Turn the paradigm's plan without pause. What I wish for all who live, it's a privilege to die for the
You there, you interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. I'm a head biological researcher, doing some fascinating. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on her. Oh, and bring back my assistant too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about? We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on we tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted once all the queens got zapped. That was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian avian hype. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers, guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can... Right now it's mostly Raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Excellent. Which ones? Something else then? Incredible! And to think I sent all those assistants to die for nothing. Here's your reward. You've certainly earned it. Now, back to my lab. I'm going to get every biological...
The console. In fact, all of them do, because as you know, he composed every single one. The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the console, and as such, reflects his excessively high standards.
Сюда сначала босс Надо запомнить, вот это прикольное радио. Ладно, сохранится.
Look sharp. Let's fight. This might sting. Step aside.
Подожди, изъяны повторяются.
receiver to Grand Plan Wireless.
Або не агрессивно.
Verify before we amplify.
Або не агрессивно.
Pinnacle Crab.
There's a new face. Any chance you've brung news from the commander? Can't restart the dig without his permission. And the clock's ticking on my... That's what it was? We stopped digging because we'd been picking up strange readings and vibrations from the... Wait, that means they already dug half the tunnel for me. That bonus is still in reach. What say you run yourself back to the base and get me the okay? Just down the road. Can't...
The color of space. A chromospectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, the famous stellar cartographer Newton Otisgard replied, with no hesitation, beige. To experienced lumen astronomers, his answer was the expected one. But I can already hear the obtuse listener bleating, with their faces contorted into a rictus of ignorance. Wouldn't the average color be black or white, or simply a shade of gray? No. It wouldn't. The answer is rooted in the science of how emit light, which answers the ancillary mystery of why there are no green stars. To understand all of this, you must understand the basics of thermal divarication emission. The typical piece of non-heated matter absorbs most electromagnetic radiation that falls upon it, including light, infrared, and radio emissions. And the matter reflects only a small portion of that radiation. The visible part of that reflection is its color.
Look up, Commander! Don't make me avenge you!
Stellar objects generate radiation that they absorb, so they can be modeled as an idealized object, which is assumed to absorb 100% of all electromagnetic radiation and re-emit some based on its temperature and composition. Stellar composition determines what...
I'd prefer to fight a trained raptidon than a feral one. Well, neither, if I have a say in the matter.
Unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. 4.
Here. As the stellar body's temperature increases, its emitted light shifts up into visible
3.
light, through red, orange, then yellow, then white. Even rare blue stars
2. Last chance.
Stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder?
Some folks really don't have the sense given to us. Don't say I didn't honor Auntie's Choice's obligatory 5-second grace period when dribble.
Eliminating
Что, издеваетесь надо мной? Это что за дичь была? Мы отправили взять отмашку у капитана, и на меня напали. Что? Зашибись, я успел. Какого? Запрет, блин. Стоп, может у меня задание висит?
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. No need to squander cogitation on a lengthy preamble for this installment of especially the proverbial doozy. A listener asks, I ain't got time to suss out the difference between the Grand Plan and the universe.
Don't reckon those raps are just for show.
Looks like we're about to have company of the unwanted kind.
It's not even a question. I'm shall assume the inquirer is no academic. Indeed, I theorize they're from Auntie's Choice. No doubt a cast-off from their consumeristic society, what they might call a run leech. To this listener, I say, welcome. We vicars are always gladsome to educate the ignorant and to maximize comprehension of our new corporate friend. I shall present my answers using as few syllables as possible in the lingua franca of Auntie's Choice. Product placement. I've just upended a box of Purpleberry Crunch across my work desk. It's one of Auntie's Choice's more digestible products. Addictively, even. Difficult to consume just one. The crunchy morsels scattered yon and heaven represent the fundamental building blocks of the universe. To the layperson, this random scattered purple matter looks chaotic. But we in the order see the underlying structure, the math beneath the mess.
Take it up at the head office.
Berry on my desk did not settle in its place by happenstance. It was positioned by atomical electrodynamics. By momentum, by the mass attraction of neighboring berries, the desk surface beneath them, the planetary object beneath the desk. The berries' balance followed a predetermined order. No different from the spill of stellar material known as the Milky Way in the night void.
You 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
But we know it is knowable. Just a matter of calculating the motion of every particle in the universe. That
4.
is a universal equation. Once we solve it, and it's only a matter of time, we will know all that everyone.
Yeah, 3.
Not only will we predict reality, but control it. We will.
2. Last chance.
Much is left to come. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
You 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my...
This place smells of spilled chemicals and death.
Enemy spotted.
Что здесь такое? Пока месиво
What's all that going on out there? These conditions are not optimal for market testing.
I'll stop. Ready to take the heat off. Then dip me in. Help me out.
Looks like you need an explosive.
I'll find my next victim. I mean a hostile device.
to Grand Plan.
All right, that marks an hour since ingestion. Now, tell me, how do you feel? And remember, this is for user research, so please be honest.
Confirm your hypothesis. Lemma protein snacks.
Whether you are in between theories or in between meals, Lemma has you covered.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Discovered on chocolate.
Реально, наверное, можно пройти.
Order of the Ascendant counts the most. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
The color of space. A chromospectral analysis. When asked about the average color of space, to experienced human astronomers, his answer was the expected one. I can already hear the outcome. Bleating, which are faces contorted in surface of ignorance, wouldn't be.
Короче, ладно. Хрен знает, что тут. Я буду сюда заходить, да и все. Фигня какая-то.
Now let's turn to Vicar Magsai for the answer.
First, based on the vernacular of that question, and it's not even a question, I shall assume the inquirer is no academic. Indeed, I theorize they're from Auntie's Choice. No doubt a cast-off in their consumeristic society. But they make one leech. To this listener, I say, well, we vicars are always gladsome to educate the ignorant, or to maximize comprehension of the I shall present my answers using as few syllables as possible in the lingua franca of Auntie's Choice. Product placement. I've just upended a box of Purpleberry Crunch across my work desk. It's one of Auntie's Choice's more digestible products. Addictively edible. Difficult to consume just one. The crunchy morsels scattered yon and heavy represent the fundamental building blocks of a universe. To the layperson, this random scattered perpendicular looks chaotic. But we in the order? To the underlying structure, the math beneath the mess. Every artificially flavored berry on your desk did not settle in its place by accident. It was positioned by a constant electrodynamics. Unrelated by the mass attraction of neighboring berries, the desk surface beneath them, the planetary object beneath the desk. The berries' rings followed a predetermined order, no different from the spill of stellar material known as the Milky Way in the night void. We call this order the Grand Plan. Do we know every step of it? No. But we know. It's just a matter of calculating the motion of every particle in the universe. That calculation is a universal equation. Once we solve it, and it's only a matter of time, we will know all that ever was or will ever be. Not only will we predict reality, but control it. We will ascend to godhood. If you're feeling anxious about what's next, just wait. Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is colliding with the present.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
12-hour days.
Something your fractions should never be.
Происходит.
If workers are too rowdy, door stays shut for now. With no rest and no downtime, we should make retreat time.
Whatever it is you're after, go looking for it somewhere else.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Sorry. Time is bits. This is time. Or R, that is.
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need? See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it. Slaving away. They work us like cysty pigs. Charge us for the stems we need to yoke those hours. And don't let us relieve ourselves but an empty... So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all... Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish Now, if you... Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to... Well, now...
So I'm clear, we're not sneaking in to kill someone? Yes, no. It's so hard to tell with vent usage.
А, может там проход закрыт. Всё, да.
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. Truncated courtesies. I bear a dispatch of great noteworthiness. Our former Protectorate colleagues have undergone a radical leadership shift. I submit this recorded announcement, intercepted from a Protectorate wireless broadcast, as empirical evidence.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. His command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this.
There you have it, an objectively momentous turn of Protectorate events, announced by the very individual we suspect orchestrated it. Just a theory, but the data supports it. Rigorous analysis of the consul's voice inflection reveals telltale signs of deception. We estimate with a 48% certainty that the Protectorate has undergone
The beauty of the corporatist ideology rears its ugly head.
societal structure and our own fraught relationship with Consul Emery Thoreau. Work groups of tenured Seers in the Department of Predictive Analysis are calculating likely outcomes of these events. Expect addenda to this
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalizations. I assume you are the disrupt... It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Unsophisticated, impertinent, dim-witted. You'll fit right in with my peons. So, maybe it should go without saying that such flights of fantasy... Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work and remind them that they're damn... Absolutely. These lugs, why? Can you imagine No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit... You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademark. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery. My workers are striking people now? How very ill. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dumber. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. Their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty, and by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offered. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Best of luck to you. Do us Welcome. Did you make contact with workers? Well,
it's Fibonacci from Liber Abasi.
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a sanctioned, non-employee professional caller coming out!
Others get the exact same pay! We only work 12 hours a day!
1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's gotta prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. Remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores...
Right, that. Right. Exactly. The conditions under which
They work 20-hour shifts, which requires stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper, and if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, it is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duty. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and...
That's right. Leo has been an absolute...
Under the yoke of oppressive...
Right, that.
Me? Why?
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work. Right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier.
Ain't this a sight? Class consciousness in action.
No more bottled on factory floor! Time for unlocked bathroom doors!
How many numbers am I? How many digits in pi?
Welcome back. Angie and I continue to have high hopes that you will come to shine under the spotlight of our... So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privy 12-hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? lounge around the... I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. I suppose that's true. It wouldn't take much to put enough pep in their... That would translate into more profit for the plan. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No, I would never. That's slander and or libel. And you can't prove a thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not get too hasty here. What do you want from me? Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their Adrena time and you'll... Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard... What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Somewhere? That... Oh, that actually explains the odor in storage. What more do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical.
Broadcasting cognitive resonance across Arcadia, this is Plan Wireless.
А, это и есть.
Welcome to another installment of Ask a Vicar with Vicar Max Sci. A recent inquiry. Why do I... choice rampant commercials.
Good question. I'd say the
Hello
place-
again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Well, I can't begin to tell you what a relief, a most promising development. How go the other hurdles of the negotiation? She willing to see reason? Free? Really? Why, I'd surely have... What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that certainly is disappointing. But I suppose we'll manage. An extra 2 hours off... Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions...
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so... it don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just... Now, if you'll excuse us...
Not sure how I feel about making workers' lives minimally better so they keep on slaving away. I guess if they're too slack-jawed to see what's being done to them, so be it.
Обратно. Да в смысле? Че, издевается надо мной, что ли? На кой? Нет, все в порядке.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an... You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an...
Надо уладить еще инопланетянин эффект. Что там у нас остается 8? Ну все, квестов у меня здесь больше нема. Ну сюда я так непонятно нафига. Ну ладно, пофиг. Блин, кстати, давненько и ключи перестали продавать. Это задание нет, это можно вместе с этим будет сдать, судя по всему. Да, это я не сдам.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future. Also, music.
Что обитель надо исследовать Вилхем. Потому что не такая большая лока. По виду.
Bishop Ruth Bassar is in the studio to answer a listener query, which I will. Why are we here? Presiding Bishop, take it away.
Quite the broad question. 13.7 billion years ago, when...
Beg your pardon.
That scum! That miserable scum! I shall not rest until the Consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated. Do you truly believe this to be a fine time? I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who... I shall attend to that matter. I sincerely doubt this is the end of my...
Prediction. The matriarch appealed to his desire to return to her great enterprise. Together, they would establish a perfect society devoted to humanity's ascension. In exchange, she would finance a computronic machine that would account for every possibility. The Archive. Such a device could never be built on Earth with its paltry resources. So began our sect, the Order of the Ascendant, steadfast in our crusade to solve the universal equation in Arcadia. And that, to answer your listener's query, is why we are here.
Stay tuned for what followed.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. But places, security measures should not be operational. The station seems to be on reserve power. We best tread carefully. Well, no one is here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops, lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered. Is that a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else will be here. My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor.
That went out to all our friends in the Office of Hindrance Deterrence and Obviation. Keep on. Those pivotal impediments won't preclude themselves.
At your word, I shall charge!
Corrosive substance penetrating.
Lifting the lockdown. We may now reactivate the station in the reactor.
Хрена себе револьвер.
The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Loaded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Soft mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place. Beware anything that may be a clue as to the hidden room's location. I cannot say I have had to search for a hidden switch in a protectorate holding before. Keep watch. It could be rather small and well hidden. certain of movement below. Gird yourself with determination, for it seems I was correct about another body.
Passcode is limber. No, let's try amulet. No, wingtip. No, sovereign's gavel. I should remember this. Damn it!
Oh! Wait. Stay whatever fool words you ready in your defense, for they shall avail you for these crimes. Wait. I know you.
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm...
Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil...
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until...
This truly is no... Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains that he now trespasses in a secure facility. That's a wise path. One that shall give me...
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible. He and the other one must have put me away close to 12
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term. He was a repeat malefactor.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, you may be right. Whoever...
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not...
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. But I can't decide whether to disdain or...
I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with the station's location and credentials to bypass. I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. I don't even know the name of this station.
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a debt. I don't know that I can. He is a trespasser. His slipping mind matters not. My duty dictates it. Killing Okada may not affect the one who hired him, but his trespass is an indelible fact. He should not be here. That doesn't mean anything. An arbiter cannot trespass. And even if were the situation different, perhaps I could look the other way. But Okada has clearly defected, and is thus not afforded such a luxury. I am familiar with the concept, but in the Protectorate, intent matters little. Manslaughter still results in death. Sedition can happen unconsciously, just as it may consciously. There is a difference. A murderer's family is imprisoned. Though this is hardly the place for a discussion about Protectorate law, I do at least see your point. It is fortunate you have gained my trust, or I would not bend to one who had not. Justice, be gone. You've been granted your final stay of execution.
I didn't think this would happen. Thank you, Cadet. And you. Without you, I would have been reduced to my composite parts. Here, take these.
Allowing a Sub Rosa agent to leave with his life in the heart of a Protectorate station. We may have to speak on this further. But let us see what we came here for first.
Необходимая информация.
The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer. It is contained in a phrase the Supreme... Our work at the refugee camp did not slake your investigative hunger? I doubt you'll be able to... For myself, the Supreme Arbiter, and Virgil especially. If judgment is the Arbiter's gavel, what is the Arbiter's scalp? Ah, you've got the spirit exactly. If an Arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an arbiter's scalp. From that terminal, it sounds as if to what end, I wonder, and that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. I couldn't imagine the consul pinning his duties on someone's... Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme... As for Okada, my decision to allow him to go free was at odds with all I have been taught. He was a traitor and should have died. Yet, I cannot help but feel strangely justified.
The Order advocates for no less than 6 hours of uninterrupted rumination on the universal equation per day.
Keep put. Much is
My role does not allow for mercy. I am supposed to uphold the Protectorate's laws. How can I claim? To me, there cannot be. That is, altogether, I think visiting and circumstances aside, I appreciate your... It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared. No. The Sentinel worked on the Consul's behalf, except...
Так, ну окей, допустим. Подожди, почему говорит добытие? Потому что не тот перк. Ну-ка. Это не то ли место, куда меня не пускали? Хотя вряд ли. Выведил.
Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Что? Десять ключей. Ну, я там уже был, я уже там все зачистил. Я в целом на притуре уже везде был.
Smells like paint and agitated dust. That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order. I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode.
Турели вообще не подозрительно тут стоят. Слоты.
Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machines.
Featuring Vicar Mags Hi-Side. Today we focus on quantity over qualitative analysis with an accelerated round of brief layperson inquiries. Starting with, does the Order know the outcome of this war?
Of course we do. But such knowledge cannot be shared with the general public or broadcast over the ether. Such an action would shift the equation into new modes. It might introduce ancillary expressions that would invalidate our original solution. The mention of these topics risks catastrophic, predeterminative discontinuity. Let's move on.
A listener asks, can I learn how to make predictions about my own life?
A less calamitous query. In no uncertain terms, you must never calculate your own personal life equation. The equation necessarily requires bijective isometry. Such a class of parametric mappings must be made by an objective third-party order member to ensure non-arbitrary orthogonality. Make an appointment at your nearest predictory as soon as possible. Any more questions?
Yes, Vicar. Because research shows listener attention falters after a series of 3 items, here's our third and final question. My Canid ran away. Where did she go?
She's dead. Okay, great query and answer session, everyone. As your plain speaking relatable.
You must...
Happy to fill your day with 2.5% more practical.
Stay tuned for what follows.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking, yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10... No. We fled like sprats, all at both... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
I cannot believe what I heard. Yes, I'm fine. Because I think my mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never...
Error. Arbiter's logic is circuitous and flawed.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense. It's not obvious to me. Wait.
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over Central Control.
I cannot deny that Central Control has changed, but...
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day, and my patience is gone.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims. There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had a...
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken. At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be... interpreted. Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But, as much as it surprises me to admit it, slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice. I would not. But I know the reality of swaying an arbiter from their chosen path.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an arbiter balking from... I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every...
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty.
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did. What you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
But
it is of no consequence. That is, I must... Architect's mercy. I'm just not sure.
We don't know that for certain, but to an onlooker, without our knowledge,
Even the Supreme Arbiter has struggled with this? That doesn't seem... Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants.
It would appear we're in agreement. Neither of us shall raise a hand.
Disengaging weapons.
So, what course of action do we take now?
It's important for an Arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter, you may find more questions than answers. But deciphering them and interpreting...
Uphold justice in my way. I'll attempt to remember.
Glory to the Protectorate, June. I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably. Robbing our... You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself. All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what... Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No. I refuse to question the Supreme Arbiter, just as I refuse to cast every... Virgil will know what to make of this. He'll... Together, we'll figure out what to do. I'll message him when we return to the ship.
Арбитр. А как это открыть? Что я не понимаю. Что за бред?
Even can get my... Hold it.
This melodious little ditty was dedicated to novice... Your prominent admirers taking great interest in your figure work and projections.
And now a song from a composer pretended to have 3 well-loved melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Могу отсюда выйти.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. But let us focus on the task at hand, saving Arcadia from the rifts.
Ящик получил. Судя по всему, опечатка или что за бред? Да, опечатка плазменная, не электрический. Плазменный получше момент. Сегодня хрен могу уснуть. Здесь же что у меня осталось по сути-то? Ждать, ну да, на планету лететь.